structure.
True.
You're gonna do a drop manhole.
Right, yeah.
Yes, so I mean, your pipe's gonna be shallow, easy accessible and maintainable. And you're gonna
Except
have
for
a
your
drop
inside.
manhole that's gonna probably be 15 foot deep down to your lower pipe you're gonna tie in, that goes out the bottom.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, if anything at the bottom of that pipe for some reason needed,
We
you
still
still have
need to
that
get in,
reach you're
yeah,
gonna
we
have to
still
get.
have to reach that.
There's still a little bit of it,
Yeah, not
you're just
much.
cutting out that 200, 400
Right.
feet or something like that. So there is one drop manhole.
There's one drop manhole involved, yeah. Alright. Well, if I'm hearing your position is still, I believe was the, maintenance of $50,000 to wrap this thing up. Steve, I'm telling you right now, let's wrap it up and get it done, because it's gonna have to be, I mean, it's a little on a steep side, salty side, but that's what you,
Well, then move the dirt back,
and we, right, you have the alternative of
I mean,
moving that.
go ahead and do that, that's even more, so.
Okay, so we'll put, raise the pipe and the 50,000
Yes.
donation.
Yep.
Yes,
And I will, obviously, I will need a vote on this one to make sure that everybody's, we're a positive vote or not on the whole thing, but, we're trying to, obviously, just wrap this up and lessons well learned.
That,
okay.
that current pipe's in an easement. So the only thing I'm gonna ask is that it gets bigger. Even if you move it, if it's 20 feet, it needs to, should spell 40. Cause if I need a bigger piece of equipment at any point, or we need to access it, at least we have a 40-foot easement instead of 20.
As long as I can put that as part of my as-built plan, I'm not having a problem with giving a larger easement. It
I mean-
doesn't affect us in any way, it gives you safety to get in here.
Right, that's
I'm
what I'm
not
saying.
arguing.
Was the intent of the as-built plan to be re-recorded as well?
Yes, there was, I saw.
Yeah, I
an
just wanted to
email-
make sure we're
Yeah,
on
there was
the
an
same page,
as-built being recorded.
That's what the.
20 foot wide easement's more than enough in a 5 foot manhole. I mean, if you want it bigger in the manhole
Well,
area,
he's
but.
saying larger
So
equipment to get
so
in.
you can
'cause
get
have-
in, right.
I understand, but I mean, 20 foot's more than enough for a 5 foot manhole.
And what do we have now? Is that 20?
I think it's only 20 feet, yeah.
You're saying that the area where the drop is maybe create something bigger there that you can move around.
Yeah, I mean, a manhole box is 12 foot, I mean, you get 10 by 10, 12 by 12.
In reality, though, it's very rare that you do replacement junction boxes, but I can understand your position.
I mean, if you wanna step it up, step it up.
Alright, so easement, raise it, and the donation,
Maintenance, we'll call it maintenance.
maintenance donation.
So why don't you make a motion to memorialize your position? So it's clear in the minutes where you stand.
I'll make the motion, I'll make the motion, that was our last email that we sent out, was it not?
With the exception of the easement adjustment, I think so.
With the exception of the easement adjustment, because
And that amount was,
it was the price to move the pipe up to manageable
no, I
maintenance.
mean, the easement, how much easement?
I think, yeah, I think in the easement should be adjusted in a way that, equipment can access that area where the pipe will. I think that's something you can add to the plan and we can agree on.
You're subject to an easement adjustment in a size acceptable to the engineer, township engineer.
Okay,
And you two can agree on it. You can talk to Keith.
okay. So we have a motion,
Second.
second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
And this is, obviously, the state has provided that the amended plan of record gets resubmitted. Scott's satisfaction.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have the review letter that he has drafted that we'll respond to.
We will need extension, period.
So are you saying that we're changing the pipe, or?
Yes, you're gonna raise the pipe up, Steve, to the 4 feet now. All right, thank you very
All
much.
right, thank you. Owego 18-month security escrow release.
Real quick, do we need a acknowledgement for the time extension?
Why don't we do that? So we have a motion to acknowledge the time extension to February.
Or sheds.
Yeah.
I'll make that motion.
Motion, second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Owego 18-month security escrow release.
So this, we did go out and look at this. They had posted a security for $4,700, I think is the number, Heather. And I apologize, the letter got mixed up on my end here, but we have a letter basically saying, we went out and looked at it, they did improvements, on Hemlock, basically paving some stormwater and curb. That 18-month passes at the end of the year, it's still in good shape, they do not need to make any repairs to that, so we would recommend that, $4,700 in release.
I'll make a motion to release 47.
Motion, second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Apartments on Main escrow release.
That project, the developer, one, they did make improvements with the stormwater issues we were having along Main Street in front of the property, they addressed that, we have checked that. They provided certifications for the ponds that we were looking for, an as-built drawing. So at this time, they are working through closing out their permit, but they confirmed that they are complete with the stuff for the township. And of the land development in escrow, so we would recommend that final release of $102,000, or $102,324.19.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion, second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Esky daycare, stormwater plan.
That's the one they're working on in Twin Valley. So this is to bring the board, bring attention to the fact that their storm pipe that leaves, it was gonna go straight at Main Street, cross under and tie into the existing stormwater. There's a fiber optic duct that goes right in front of it, that they found once they're gonna construct it, and it's completely in conflict with the pipe. So they're proposing and have provided a drawing where the pipe will go parallel with Main Street towards, Darby Square and the church. It'll come over there and basically kind of have a rock filter where the, kind of a bubble up, so it's gonna be lower than the ground level to be, kind of allow that to come up and then go down the swale. The issue with what they have is the existing conditions haven't been maintained, and we're asking them to evaluate that, make sure it can handle the water, but that they improve it as well. We're working through that, but part of this is, in discussions with Eric, is, they too are gonna have to amend their plan. So we're bringing this to your attention so that you're aware that they're gonna have to go through this amended plan, and make sure that you're okay with that process, that they re-record the plan as well. I will say that the plan they provided for their amended stormwater, with the exception that they gotta kind of improve that swale and show that that pipe can handle the water, everything, they've been agreeable to everything we're doing. They've been providing us the information. I don't think there'll be an issue there, but we're asking them to provide a letter asking the township to allow for this amended plan.
Is there basin, is it a holding basin, or it's gonna dump right out?
It's one of those
It's got amended in it?
NRCs, the new
No,
ones.
it's got the amended in it, so it's got under drains and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, do we make them get another stormwater plan, because that pipes are already overrun, coming off the church and Darby Square.
They are, so their stormwater is being amended, and they have to go and get their amendment through DEP.
Cause across
So
the street,
they've
they just
submitted that.
repaired that pipe, didn't it? Wasn't there a sinkhole there because the pipe was, so, as long as they can come back and say that that pipe can handle it, I'm okay with it, cause I get it that you got fiber optic lines, but that's already an issue there.
That's exactly what we've said to them. We've said that to them, and their answer was, well, we're reducing the water that might be going there, and that's great, but they have to show that it's capable of holding the water that's
How are
already.
they reducing it when they're adding to it?
Some of their water does flow towards that side of the road right now. So per our ordinance and DEP's, they have to show that they're reducing the volume and the rate that they're discharging. Basically, it's less peak and then slower release over time.
But it was sheet flowing before, now you're centralizing it into one pipe and one area.
But with all their infiltration on site and everything they're doing, it's actually reducing what's gonna be going there over time. So even though they still have to evaluate the downstream pipe. That's the part we're saying you still haven't done anything to do it. But with all that said, they're gonna have to write a letter. You'll see it at the next meeting saying, we wanna go this route of the amended plan. we're bringing it to your attention unless you have objections going this route. Technically, they have to go back through the land development, you know, approve it, correct? Short of the amended plan of action, then?
Yeah, so I think the question posed is just procedurally speaking, you're okay with the route being chosen. It's not unlike Sheds Unlimited, deviation to the approved plan. Now, here they've identified it and they're coming to the township prior to just making changes on their own. And so here the correction is to just apply for, and after you give approval, file an amended plan of record, which is what Sheds Unlimited is in the process of doing as well. So we'll get that, go through the review process, Scott will review it, make sure it's compliant, you know, the stormwater design, et cetera, and all of them will get recorded so that anybody in the future knows what's actually out there on the site. So that's how we'll approach it unless you disagree.
So I don't think there's any action or anything needed on that, it's just to bring your attention to that.
But what you will see is an application filed at some point in the next, I don't know, going through the plan review process. And that's why.
All right, payment number 2 for Salt Shed project.
Alright, so if you haven't seen it, basically the bulk of the work is complete. They still have to finish one item, which is an additional pipe they have to put in between the salt shed and the existing building, to make sure that drains through there. We had to have basically a base drain and some grading to pull that water out of there and make sure it doesn't stand or affect the existing building. They're supposed to come in and do that tomorrow, we'll see, I think it'll be done in a week max, so there is an item here that we can't recommend payment for. The other work has been completed. I do wanna bring attention to the fact that we had talked about prior to this, the cistern was being removed from the project, so there was a cost savings on that. But, there were some additional items, the one I just mentioned. There was paving to make sure there wasn't any kind of an adjustment there, that we had to adjust some of the paving and a little bit of base drain around the back of the building, but one item that did cause a bit of an increase here was the concrete floor slab. We were going off of the contractor's drawings when we did the project, and everything was in great detail for the walls and the roof there. The floor slab said reinforcement, and we followed what they had, but the rebar was well under spec in the contract from what it ended up being. It came up because they required approved drawings and designed sealed drawings. The amount of the rebar that went into it basically kind of offset the cost of the system. So it would have been a cost we would have seen either way, but when the contract's complete, it's basically gonna be the cost of the project that we awarded. So that was the changes. It's summarized in a full detail there for you, but we've already made one payment. The payment right now, number 2 recommended, is $135,815.72. We'll be short of the total amount of the project by about $7,000, which we'll hold until we finish, but at this point, that's what payment number 2 would be. So, unfortunately, we can't get that complete payment in this year, but
Take a motion.
the recommendation is that $135,815.73.
I'll make a motion for that.
Second.
Motion second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Could I additionally request that a payment is made this year? You guys can authorize for us to cut a check after the meeting, so we can make it part of the 2025 budget, which means our goal to build it in. So I would need a motion for
I'll
the
make a
amount.
motion.
Motion second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Timex standby letter of credit response.
They had a project in 2012 that never really got closed out with the township or DEP. We've gone out and looked at it as far as what the improvements were. There was a long wait for an as-built to be completed. We did receive that, and everything the township had requested for that project has been confirmed on our end. So they still need to propose out with DEP, but that is not part of our requirement. So our letter basically said the remaining security could be released by the bank. Recommending that the board authorizes Heather to coordinate that with the bank.
I'll make that motion. Second.
Motion, second, all those in favor?
Aye.
2026 traffic signal maintenance proposals with CM High.
That's your standard twice a year inspections from CM High. And 5 of the 7 are reimbursable, so.
Make a motion to approve the agreement and have Keith McDowell sign the agreement.
Second.
Motion is second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Salt spreader for ATV.
I was directed to get a price for that. I reached out to I haven't gotten a price from the vendor yet, so there's no action to take on that.
Replacement heater for the township building.
Hot water heater. The water heater for the township building has failed, and we have a proposal from Guywell of $5,700 to replace it. It's natural gas, the ventilation, the whole 9 yards. So I need approval to move forward with that.
I'll make the motion.
Motion,
Second.
second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Consideration of settlement agreement between Conestoga Christian School Association and Carmarthen Township.
Recommend that you table that, we're still going back and forth with the school to get an agreement.
Okay,
Perfect condition, just wanna rush that.
okay, so that's tabled. Consideration of settlement agreement with Officer Repper.
This is, but the next two things are together. That's a settlement agreement that's gonna separate Officer Repper's employment together with his resignation. It's a personnel matter, so we're limited in what we can discuss this evening. But what's in front of you is a general release and settlement agreement with Officer Repper.
I'll make a motion to accept his resignation.
Second, this is a
Oh, this is a
motion
settlement,
for the settlement agreement.
for the settlement.
Make the motion for the settlement.
Motion.
Get rid of him first.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
And then the motion to accept his resignation.
I'll second that.
Motion, second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, advertisement for full-time police officer.
Like permission to reoccur the ad that we've used in the past based on the standards that our agencies use for hiring full-time police officer, and run that for a constitute 30 days. Until the city of January.
I'll make the motion.
Motion, second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Consideration of approval of the following resolutions. Resolution 2025-46, transfer of Hillside Escrow and Winco from escrow fund to general fund.
Both of these have been previously approved, just looking to transfer the funds.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Motion, second, all those in favor? Resolution 2025-47, setting tax rates for 2026.
New tax rate for general purpose will be 3.7817 mil, and the building debt will be 0.50 mil.
Make a motion to accept resolution 2025-47.
Second.
Motion is second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 2025-48, adopting 2026 annual budget.
Approve the budget that has been advertised, general fund for $5,376,367, building capital fund for $189,600, liquid fuels fund for $176,001, and streetlight fund for $60,800.
I'll make the motion to approve resolution 2025-48.
Second.
Motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 25-49, adopting streetlight taxes for 2026.
No changes for streetlight taxes, they'll remain the same as they were before, 69 for above ground, 71 for below ground, and 0.25 for undeveloped locations.
Make a motion for adopting the streetlight.
Motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 2025-50, supplemental appropriations for 2025 building fund budget.
This is gonna be for the amount that Scott just recommended, just making a change to our 2025 building fund for that, $135,800